Okay, hi. MT video the other day kind of had some issues, so I'm using a different app on my computer, so this will work better. I'm wearing a shirt. It's just the angle. So this is my wrap up for October. I'm not going to go over my syllabus like I did last month because A, I was way too much talking, and B, I'm so ridiculously behind. I don't even know if I read anything on there that I thought I was supposed to in October. But they did update the Goodreads app relatively recently, and it's a lot easier to use. It works a lot more like the site now, so that's awesome. So I'm using that to tell what I read instead of like popping back and forth in those. So the first thing I read in October was The Madman's Daughter by Megan Shepherd, and it is the first book in the Madman's Daughter series. And I thought I talked about this in the last one, but Goodreads says I finished it on October 2nd. So this is awesome. This is if you read The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells, I love H.G. Wells, I love The Island of Dr. Moreau. This is, it's not an adaptation, it's kind of, it's in the same world, I guess you could say. The doctor or scientist, whatever you want to call him, from that island, this is his daughter, and it's about her and meeting her dad and that sort of thing. It's, well, Dr. Moreau, The Island of Dr. Moreau, it's Dr. Moreau's daughter. Yeah, it's his daughter. This is really good. I absolutely loved it. I thought the next two books in the series were based off of other classics, but they aren't there. They follow the same characters as this one, but they also pull in characteristics from other ones. So that's really cool. I think it's a trilogy. Actually, I have my app. I can look and find out. It is, yeah, it's a trilogy. So, I'm looking forward to reading the second book. I don't really have any book on me right now, but whenever I do, I'll be reading it. And I love this, and definitely recommend it. Okay, next book I read was Norse Myths by Kevin Crossley-Holland, and what it says here at the bottom is quite accurate. It says introduced and retold. So, I take a bunch of the Norse myths and Norse mythology that are spread through different sagas. It gets kind of confusing and complicated, not all in one place, and this author took just them, retold them, and put them all down in this book. It was a great way to do it. I really like it. I do want to read sagas, but I really enjoyed this. I borrowed this from Alex. I really enjoyed it. There were some in there that everybody's familiar with. There's some in there that I'm kind of familiar with, other reading I've done, and there's some in here that I've never even heard of. So this was awesome. Loved it. Totally recommend it. The next thing I read was on my Kindle. It was the Witches 101 and Witches of East End primer by Melissa de la Cruz. Let's see if I can bring up what the cover art looks like. Okay, it's if you can see, it's that. So this was free to download. And when I downloaded it, what I understood it was going to be like more about the world, like a small book, small ebook that tells more about the world. What it actually is like a couple of bits and bobs of chapters from the first book, and then a tiny little bit about the world. So it was okay. You don't need to read it. If you read the actual books, you don't need to read it. It was okay. It's not something that was as necessary to the series or the world I thought it would be. The next thing I read was, this was when I was working the show at school. It was in September, beginning of October, and I read a lot of books. This was the next thing I read, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Ultimate Collection of the Original Comics. Bind up. This is volume 2. So look like this. Love this. Loving the comics. Can't wait to read volume 3. I think they have volume 3 at the library. I just haven't been getting stuff to the library lately because of school. And I've been trying to discourage myself from reading, but it hasn't worked. Which is part of why I'm so behind my homework. But yeah, absolutely love that. Definitely recommend it. Yeah. If you like Ninja Turtles at all or on bind-ups, read those. And the Ultimate Collection is a great one because it has all of the comics, it shows you the cover, and it tells a little about them afterwards, from the authors and illustrators and stuff, so that's really cool. The next thing I read was also on Kindle, and it is Zenith by Sasha Alsberg. And it doesn't say on here, but Lindsay Cummings, I think her name is, wrote this as well. And it's book 1 in the Andromeda Saga, sort of. So Sasha Alsberg is a YouTuber I follow. I really like her. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, period. One of my favorite booktubers. Her and her friend Lindsay wrote this. It's an ebook. It's like 99 cents, I think, or something like that. And it was supposed to be like, they made them shorter in ebook because they're self-published and everything. Well, it went really well, got like bestseller status or something, and now they're going to rewrite instead of having the little ones going to rewrite the whole first thing to one bigger, longer book, and then there will be a second book, and so on and so forth. So, reading on that, but this was awesome. I loved it. Wonderful world, wonderful writing. I'm talking today. Wonderful writing. Love the characters. If you like Firefly, TV show, you like this. If you don't like Firefly, it doesn't mean you won't like this, but if you like Firefly, you'll like this. It's great. Absolutely love it. Definitely recommend it. Even though they're kind of rewriting it, go ahead and get it because it's great. Okay. The next thing I read was actually for school was The Illustrated Art of War by Sun Tzu, which my teacher can't pronounce Sun Tzu, but we're not going to talk about it because it's not nice. This was Alex's. I borrowed it for the semester. I like how it has illustrations in it. The text itself is interesting, but personally, I don't really care much about war or politics or anything. That wasn't that horribly interesting to me, but it was okay. Yeah. The next thing I read, Alex has been bothering me to read this for about 3 years now or more. This is The Last Witch by Andrzej Sapkowski. I probably butchered that. It's Polish. If you've heard of the Witcher video games, they're based on this. Alex is playing The Witcher 3 the whole time, I think, right now. This is the first book in the Witcher series. I like this. I just hadn't gone around reading it, and I finally read it. Absolutely loved it. I really wanted to read the second book, which Alex said he had, and then I get on Goodreads, and it turns out his second book is the third book. So I have to wait until I have money so I can order the second book. But this was awesome. I would definitely recommend it. There's a lot of books in the series, but they're not all translated into English yet. But yeah, love this. Definitely recommend it. I guess I can tell you what it's about. It's about this dude who's a witcher. And this book, not all the books are like this, according to Alex, but this book is a bunch of short stories about him, but they are connected. And he's a witcher. He's basically this kid that he went through. It's called the Trials Grass, I think Alex said. And they have all these kids with potions and stuff, and then they have magic powers after that, and they basically go around and kill things. So like this town put up a sign saying, hey, we have sirens or dragons or whatever, we'll pay you this much to kill them, and a witch traveling will see, like, okay, that's where Mike's meal coming from. And Geralt, the main character, there aren't very many witchers left, and he's one of the last few. So, but really good if you like fantasy. I definitely recommend this. There are also some parts of the stories where you see, oh, that's talking about this fairy tale or whatever. Alex didn't even notice it until I mentioned it. But that is cool to see. So, love it. Would recommend it. I'm trying not to talk too much, but I also want to tell you about the books. Okay, well, the next two I can't really talk about, but it's like the middle of the series. I read Blood Rites, which is book 1 in the Dresden Files series. If you've not book 1, what am I talking about? Book 6. Book 6 in the Dresden Files series by Jim Butcher. If you haven't read Dresden Files, what are you doing with your life? Go read the first one. It's all Stormfront. About a wizard, Harry Dresden, fights monsters, etc., etc. Tries to that. Love this. I also read book 7 right after. Also Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. Love Dresden Files. And if you like audiobooks, they're done by James Marsters. So, these were both great books. Trying not to spoil it for people who haven't read it or not familiar with it, but if you are familiar with, there's like a picture somewhere of Dresden on a dinosaur. That's all I'll say. And that happens in this book. That's all I'm going to say. It's kind of spoiler, but it's not really, because even if you've seen the picture, you won't know what I'm talking about until you read the book. Because I didn't know. I didn't see the picture. But yeah, these are awesome. Read Dresden Files. They're amazing. Okay, the next 3 things I read. Okay. There are these books. They're called Love and Fire. They're basically Christian romance novels. Think Harlequin romance novels, stereotypical things. Except they're Christian ones, so they don't have sex, and they do have stuff about like going to church and stuff. I mean, that's the easiest way to describe it. I think Harlequin actually bought out the original publishing company at some point. My grandma is obsessed with these, and my aunt likes to read them, and they're not bad books. They're actually pretty well written, so I like to read them too. So it becomes a thing where my grandma gets a bunch at the library book sale. She lives up near St. Louis. My aunt gets a bunch at the second bookstore, half-price books. She lives in Indianapolis, and they switch back and forth. And once they've gotten reading them, they send them to me down here in Fayetteville, and I get done with them and take them to my bookstore, who buys them, and if they don't, then I give them to my friend Rebecca. It's a whole big thing. Anyway, I was up in St. Louis recently, and my grandma sent me a big bag, and I haven't even finished the bag she sent me in June, because I've been distracted by other books and haven't been around my head, but I started on these because I wanted to start working on them. So I finished 3 of them. The first one I read, it says I read this one first. I did. I read this one first. So I'm reading that. This one is called Identity Crisis, and it's by Laura Sott. It's one of these suspense ones, which the regular ones are good, but I really like the suspense ones, and historical fiction is really my 2 favorite. My grandma actually is the same. This is book 1 in the twins duology. So most of these books, some of them are private series, which means they have recurrent characters. You don't have to read in order, you don't have to read all of them. They're kind of on their own. This one is out of the twins, and it's like, I finished it, and then it doesn't tell me what happened to the other twin, and I want to know, so I have to go get on Amazon whenever I have book money. But this was really good. Like I said, these books sound cheesy and whatever, but every one I've ever read is well written. The suspense ones, it's a well written suspense or mystery book. I enjoy them. They're pretty short, so they're pretty quick reads. I mean, I read 2 of them in a day, a couple days ago. Yeah, I would definitely recommend them. And this one is a really, really good one. It's probably one of my favorites that I read because it actually made me want to read the other one in the duology. So what happens in this one is this girl is in danger. She's trying to go to her ex-fiancé to tell him, hey, you might be in danger too. And then she falls into her head, has amnesia, and she's trying to figure out, is she in love with this guy, and what happened to her sister, what's going on with the whole mystery thing that's put all 3 of them and some of their friends in danger, people keep dying. It's great. Love it. Recommend these in general if you're remotely interested, but definitely this one. This one's great. The next one I read is Someone to Trust by Ginny Aiken. This is one of those that is part of a series. I find just reading this one. This one is part of the Carolina Justice series, and it's the 3rd one, which means it was published 3rd, and it doesn't really matter. This one's basically this girl, and these are not all, like the last one, it switches perspectives between the girl and the ex-fiancé. A lot of times it switches perspectives between the guy and the girl. It just depends. More recent ones, like this one came out in May 2012, this one was July 2009. They've gotten better over time, basically. This one, this girl lived in this small town, was a total rebellious kid, didn't do anything, and she comes back, she's taking care of her dad and her niece and nephews. This fire happens, and there's this firefighter, and the fire was an arson, and he thinks she might have done it, and blah blah blah. It's really good. I enjoyed it. It's really hard for me to talk about what happens in a book without spoiling it. Like, this one is called Deady Vows. It's by Shirlee McCoy. It's number 4 in the Protecting the Witnesses series, which my grandma did send more of the series, and I'm looking forward to reading them. This lady goes into a witness protection program, and she's supposed to be in there for a few weeks until the trial, and then she can serve her husband with the divorce papers. She's going to serve him, like, right before she went into the witness protection program. Finds out she's pregnant. The people who want to kill her start finding her. Husband finds her. People who want to kill her start finding her. Her and husband maybe want to get back together. She doesn't want to because husband never want a baby, etc., etc., etc. I mean, everybody knows that people end together in the end in these kinds of books, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It kept me paying attention. All 3 of these were suspense ones. I'm working on Watch from Trent series right now, so you'll see that in my next wrap up. And I think that's all I read this month. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. 2 books this month. It's not bad. And it's not as good as I was doing this summer, but it's not bad. We'll see how next month goes. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.